Hola, buenas a todos, bienvenidos una semana más a Front Seven, el podcast en el que os traemos actualidad de fútbol americano, NFL, y ahora en esta travesía del desierto que tenemos vamos a traer unos cuantos episodios de ELF. Esta semana, como algunos ya sabéis, tenemos una entrevista en inglés, así que para los que quieran aprender inglés, aquí pueden estar en la entrevista. Si no, vamos a subir el episodio a YouTube y bueno, poco a poco a lo largo de la semana me curraré los subtítulos. Esta semana tenemos al quarterback de los Barcelona Dragons, Zach Edwards, así que voy a pasar al inglés directamente y desde aquí en adelante toda la entrevista será en inglés. So, Zach, thank you very much for coming to this interview with us. Thanks for being here. I am Fernando. Muti is my colleague that he's I am not playing football, but Muti is, so he is a defensive back, playing as defensive back in the Spanish league. So we will make this interview, I hope, as comfortable as possible for you.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys having me on. Happy to be here. Thank you guys.
Yeah, that's like we all say. You just be yourself, and I just don't want to be your typical formal interview. So just feel free if you want to swear or because we all do it all the time. So feel free to do what you want.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty easy. All right. So, Muti, thank you for being here with us, helping me, and then let's go for the interview. All right, Zach. So, before we start with anything about the ELF, can you tell us a bit about your experience in football? So sometimes we may say American football because we call it American football in Spanish, but yeah, football in general. So can you tell us a bit about your experience?
Yeah, for sure. So obviously I grew up in Minnesota. I started playing football when I was like 5 or 6. Started out in flag and then got into tackle football probably when I was like 7 or 8, and then just fell in love with it. I'm a huge Minnesota Vikings fan, so I was always watching Adrian Peterson on Sundays and all those guys, and that really kind of developed my love of the game. And played quarterback in high school. I ended up being hurt my junior year, so I wasn't able to play that year with a collarbone injury. My senior year, didn't have a great year, but I knew I still wanted to play football, so I went to a super small Division III school in northern Minnesota, where luckily I kind of got a second wind of love for the game and got a great opportunity to play a good amount of games and kind of found my footing as who I was as a quarterback and kind of was able to ride that momentum into the off season. Unfortunately, I kind of came out the year of COVID, so there really were no opportunities for me in that sense, but everything happens for a reason, and that kind of brought me to Spain. So I actually played a season with the Pioneers in Untitled, because our now general manager, reached out to me that summer and asked me if I was interested in coming to play for the Pioneers. And at that time I was like, fuck it, like I don't have anything else to do. I'm just sitting here in the pandemic, so what better opportunity to continue to play football than go to Spain and experience that side of the world. So I took it. It was kind of hard getting out here at first with the whole COVID travel and stuff, but finally got out here. Ended up playing for the POs. We had a great year. Ended up winning the championship, went undefeated, and throughout that year, Bart kind of got the opportunity for the Dragons and kind of got that ball rolling and asked if I'd be interested. And I loved it out here. Met so many great people and it's amazing fan base, and decided to play for the Dragons, and kind of the rest is history. So yeah.
Good, good. So, Minnesota fan, Minnesota born and raised, and moved to Barcelona. That's actually
Yeah.
pretty cool. And you played then in Division Three, you said, of college football. About Division Three and the ELF, do you see a very big difference between Division Three of college football? Here we always say, "Oh, college football is so professional compared to what we have in Europe." But now we have this ELF that, honestly, from last year to this year, I think most of the people is seeing how it's moving towards a professional league, more professional. Still, some things I have some complaints, mainly about salaries of some people, but of some players. So it will be cooler to have something that the players can really only play. But apart from that, the football that we can see now in the ELF is much, much, much better than we could see at the beginning. I mean, the increase was crazy. So this year on Division Three, you think is very different or comparable?
Yeah, so the way I look at it is it's such a different game because you have so many different people from all over. You have your Americans, your European, your homegrown players. But I would personally say this is better football than I played in college. Obviously, it's been a couple of years, but just in terms of the size of the guys that I was playing in college were much smaller than, you look at a Hamburg or a Frankfurt or those bigger German teams. Those guys, their division line, their defensive lines are 6'4" across the board, 6 across the board. Those are big men. So I think that would be probably the biggest difference. Structure wise, I mean, it's just so different because you have so many people living such different lives. You got people that work a day job and then come work after, which is different than your typical college atmosphere where, everybody's in the same place at all times. You've got way more coaches, you're put through the whole thing by a university or college. It's a little bit different structure-wise outside of football, but from a straight talent standpoint, I think it's probably pretty close to a Division two FCS level is what I would put it at, from what I've seen in my experiences in the States.
And from your perspective of playing there, do you also feel this improvement that at least everyone I talked with felt in the ELF this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you see like from last year to this year, a lot of people last year were a little skeptical about the league, weren't sure if it was going to make it or how well it was going to do. But then after the first year, everybody saw how well it was covered, the quality of play, and then I think you just saw more of the best players that were playing in Europe wanting to be in this league. And I think that you see a result of that today. I mean, this is the best league in Europe, and everybody that's playing in Europe wants to be in this league. And you're seeing more and more guys coming into it, which is just overall making it better.
One of my questions is, since this is your second year playing ELF and you're on your way to be the MVP of the ELF because you're on such a high level. So my question is, do you think that the improvement of your game it comes from studying your rivals, or is it because everything is more professional, or is it related to the change of the game or playback or the coaches you have, because it's not the same that you had the last year. So is it both of mix, or you just watch more tape, or
Yeah, no, I think it's a combination of a lot of things, man. I think this team, the Barcelona Dragons, have gotten a lot better from last year because, we saw what we did last year and we thought we could be a lot better. And I think a lot of us had that mindset going into the offseason. And you saw it, a lot of guys were working hard. I know I went home and I was training really hard to do specific things that I wanted to improve my game on. And then you saw it from the Spanish guys out here, along with the imports that we brought in. These dudes are taking it serious, from the time we got out to the time we came back. And along with that, we brought in a great coach and Coach Widener. He's putting us in great positions to be successful. We wouldn't be here without him. He's made a world of difference for me. He's helped me become a much better quarterback, a much better leader, teammate, etc. So I think a combination of those things, and then as well as just we're seeing this league continue to escalate, and we know that we got to bring our best every week because we want to be the best as well.
So, yeah, my question was, and you responded, is that also the playbook is it plays a big role, because I think because I watched most of your games last year, and your scheme that you are playing in this year is much more likely or suits you better than the last one the year before. So I think that also makes you a better player. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Coach did a great job of looking at what we did good last year and some things that didn't work, and he brought his own style of stuff to us as well. And like you said, stuff that I do well and that he thinks I can help us do good on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah, definitely.
That's actually pretty cool, because actually right now the two teams that are in the top are the Vikings and the Dragons. And last week we had an interview. No, 2 weeks ago we had an interview with Adrià Botella, the tight end of the Vikings, and he told us pretty much the same, that the coaching staff is making a wonderful job, and is what he feels most different from his last year in Hamburg, and that he thinks that the coaching staff is a really big role, plays a really big role in those wins. So it's pretty cool to see that the coaching staff, which some people may think finally it's more about the players, the coaching staff is really one of the most important things there.
Yeah, no, they play a huge role. I mean, they set us up for success, and at the end of the day, we just have to do what we love to do and play football and execute what they think will give us the best chance to win, which they're normally right. So
cool. And one question, you said before that you are playing football since you are 3, you said, or something like that? Since a kid.
I was probably about 4 or 5.
Or 4 or 5, yeah. That's usually totally different than what you will find in a player here, in a football player here. So do you think actually that your ability for football IQ and physical abilities are helped by having lived football since you are 4 or 5 years old? I don't remember what I did when I was 5. Probably just playing with video games and with cars. So definitely not playing flag football, So, but do you think that all these, because even in flag football, you finally need to be physical, you need to be very fast, and that you think that it comes all those reading and that from that, or is it something that you actually developed more when you were an adult and with a lot of work?
No, I think the biggest thing for when you're that young is because you can't really teach like strategy and stuff like that. It's more so just developing a love for football. And I know when I was younger, like you play with all your friends, you love to be competitive. And at that point, you're pretty much just playing tag while holding the football. It's not really anything too organized. You're just chasing each other around, So I think that's where it started, though. I think that's where you really start to get a love for football, and then that transitions into every Sunday you want to watch the Vikings, or every Sunday you want to watch your favorite team, and then you see those guys do it, and then you aspire to be like that. And then as you get older, you can kind of start to specialize in what you want to do. For a quarterback, it's like, all right, I need to figure out how to be able to throw the ball better. And to this day, I still work with different quarterback coaches, and I still do different drills to help me be able to throw better. So I think at some point, it does. Just being in the game earlier, you start to see more things, and you start to love football more, and that just kind of drives you towards wanting to be the best.
Wow, that's quite incredible. So I miss those times, and the thing that you have there in USA and we don't have here in Europe in general. And I would give one of my testicles to have that here. So, but yeah, but one of
You guys are big on
uh,
soccer though out here. So like
yeah,
that's like the
but
difference. Like soccer is not really like that out in the States. You know, y'all got soccer, we got football. It's just
yeah, but
Yeah, that's
football is
true.
better
Actually,
than soccer.
actually, here people plays mostly soccer, but it's so different game. I mean, and also it's so different that I cannot even imagine play. I can imagine playing soccer as a kid. I played soccer as a kid, but I cannot even imagine playing as a quarterback when you are 4 and passing the. I mean, I cannot imagine.
the
Really
ball
cannot.
didn't go very far. The ball
Yeah,
went, oop.
yeah.
Come on.
Still,
A
that's
lot of
what
run plays.
that's what I do now.
Sure.
That's still what I do now.
Well, like Fernando said, I play actually here in Spain. So one of my biggest questions and that I always like to ask is how is the difference between an American import and the daily life of an American import rather than a national player? Is there a real difference between between you that you're an import and a national player, for example, that he has to work before go to training, or I don't know, he can be focused 100% to playing football, you know?
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely well, we get the luxury of we live where we live and the residence that we stay at. The majority of our
Mhm.
guys actually do live here, and full time. You know, there's only probably a handful of guys that work during the day and transport down to Salo or Rios wherever we practice.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think it is an advantage just because you get to pretty much be fully committed to what you're doing. You don't have any distractions at all. But for the most part, hats off to our management. They've done a great job of getting those Spanish guys here full time. So, you know, pretty much all of our starters live at the same spot, have all the exact same schedule. You know, we're waking up, pretty much all of us are at the same lifts, we're at the same running sessions. We can all watch film if we want together here at home, and we all go to practice at the same time. So there's not too much of a difference. There's a few guys that do that transit daily, but for the most part, we're all living pretty similar lives here in the residence.
So I have to reschedule my question. So how is the daily life of an ELF player rather than an American import? Because like you say, you all are pretty much the same.
Yeah, so pretty much like a daily thing. So like tomorrow, we're gonna wake up. We have a lifting session at 9. We'll get up 8:30.
Oh,
We'll
I
leave
see you
here.
on Instagram. You're pretty jacked up, so you're killing it.
What's that?
No, I see you on Instagram lifting, so you're pretty jacked up. So
Appreciate it. I appreciate it. But yeah, so we'll go to our lift at like 9. We'll come back. We usually eat lunch, and then you pretty much have like an hour or two to kind of relax, and then we'll head to the stadium at about 2:30. We get there at 3, and then we'll meet from 3 to 4:30. You get taped, and then practice is usually from about 5:15 to 7:30 or 8, and then we come home after, eat dinner, and kind of relax and do the same thing over again, my man.
Training every day, actually, like
So we'll
from
have
Tuesday to Friday.
so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will be pretty much the same schedule. Friday we usually have like a walkthrough or something, or we'll travel depending on where we're playing. Because I think this week we play Istanbul on Saturday, so we'll fly out on Friday, and then we'll have a walkthrough. But if we're playing at home or on Sunday, we'll have a walkthrough on Friday. Kind of just a mental day, rest your body, but kind of mentally make sure everything's all good. Play the game, and then Sundays are off and Mondays are off. So get a little bit of time to recover and recoup and whatnot. Monday we usually have like a little recovery lift or a pool workout or something like that to get us back going again. But yeah, that's a typical week per se.
Cool. And since you are a QB, I mean the most important is, or one of the most important, we understand, is to watch tape, no, and learn a lot of tape. And when you are watching tape, is it just at the team level? Is just with the teammates, or is it that you are also watching tape by yourself afterwards when you are just there alone and you say, I'm gonna watch some tape of maybe not of Istanbul,
Yeah.
right, but of teams that are like Vienna with a very strong defense and that. Do you usually do that by yourself or more as a team?
Yeah. So typically, if we play on Saturday, I'll probably watch our game like Sunday night. I'll probably take the day. I'll watch the previous game Sunday night, kind of go over what I think of the game, how I thought I did, et cetera, et cetera. But then usually Monday, because we have like pretty much the whole day off besides a little workout in the morning, I spend that day to watch a lot of film on the opponent or who we're going to play that week. I'll probably take like an hour or two on Monday to watch it, and then come Tuesday, we'll kind of get an idea of certain stuff coach likes against the team, and then I'll go rewatch a couple games and kind of try to think through, the plays that we're gonna run, and like how it would look against a certain defense, and kind of that chess game, see how certain things look against certain coverages, certain fronts, et cetera, and then kind of start watching practice film throughout the week of ourselves, how things look against our guys, and then a little bit like on the road trip, you kind of tap back in to go over, see if you missed anything before the game. That's kind of how I watch film per se. And then of course, like we watch film at meetings and stuff like that too, all together. But from a personal standpoint, by myself, it's usually how I do it.
And do you usually take like notes on that to study them, or usually just watching tape is enough for you to remember, to rewatching the plays instead of writing things down?
No, I'll jot a couple things down here and there if I think I need to remember it, or if I get an idea that I might want to tell coach or something like that. But for the most part, I can usually remember it. I can usually just kind of take what I see and then apply it to practice or apply it to a conversation I'm having with the coach and whatnot. But
cool.
Oh, that's the big difference between an average or a good quarterback and an elite one, or an MVP like you say. So I think this week has been the bye, so it's very important for the resting to recover for injuries. But but you went to the bye with the first loss against Vienna. Do you think this can damage the team, or actually you face every match like your record is 0-0 and go for all? I mean, what's the mindset? Because I know
so
going to bye week after a loss is it's a very tough thing. But how is your mental right now?
We're good. It sucks, man, to lose a game like we did. We controlled that game for 3 quarters, and we made a couple mistakes, myself included, that cost us a game. And it sucks. You never want to lose a game like that. But that's life. That's football. Shit's gonna happen. So, and we know that. We felt like we're the team that. We felt like we were the better team, and we felt like we beat ourselves. So we think there's a lot we can improve on. And honestly, the bye week, it was good to recover, let your body recover that halfway point through the season. You gotta rest your brain, think about something other than football, let your body heal up, and then coming back though, we're all really excited, man. We think we got a great shot to do something special this year, and we're trying not to. We know we're flushing that Vienna game. We're gonna see them again in week 11. we can't wait to see him. So, but until then, we got to go 1-0 every week. Like you said, we approach every week like we're 0-0. We're just trying to go 1-0 every week, and if we keep stacking wins, we're going to be in a good place.
Yeah, I can definitely can wait to see the revenge, because like I said,
me neither.
2 weeks ago to Adrian Botella, tight end for who plays for Vienna, that I think Barcelona and Vienna could be your final championship game. So, but
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So coming to this week, this match that you have this week is the easiest you had until now. So I understand that you go more relaxed, but do you think that Istanbul might come better prepared and I would have adjusted to what you did the last time, or how do you see it?
I think they have a good team in all reality, and coach has talked about it a few times. Those dudes come ready to play. They play hard all 4 quarters, So we're expecting them to do the same when they come to us. They just signed a new quarterback, a new receiver, but we're not too worried about it. We're gonna go in there and handle our business and execute our game plan to the best of our ability. But we definitely don't belittle any opponent. We're taking this as serious as we took Vienna as we took any other opponent. So we know anything can happen in a football game. So we're coming ready to go, and we just gotta do what we do, and if we do that, we'll be fine.
Okay, so you and Barcelona as a team, how would you define your kind of game nowadays? Do you see Barcelona as a pass heavy team, or run first, or more of a balance?
Yeah, I'd say we're probably a pass heavier team. I think we do what gets us in the best position to win. I think getting Kyle the ball is our best chance to win. That dude makes plays everywhere. So, but not only him. I mean, get him the ball, Kyle, or get him Benji, Mario, Igor, Tony, and Villa. Just getting the ball in those guys' hands any way possible. If we gotta run it or pass it. But I think we're a pass heavier team, but we get great production out of both of our running backs, whether they're catching the ball or running the ball. So, or if it's me running the ball, but normally I like to throw it.
Yeah. You gave us already a couple close to heart attacks.
I know. I'm sure I did. I'm good for a couple of those every once in a while.
He's like a mini Josh Allen, or the European Josh Allen. So
something like that, yeah, kind of.
Well, that's for the offense, but overall, where is right now on your view the strength of the Dragons? The attack, or the offense, or the defense, or is actually a mix of both, and there's a balance?
I think it's a balance. I think the defense does some really great things for us. Alejandro does. Obviously, he's shown himself as one of the best younger players in this league. We've got a couple dudes over there. Anton, our linebacker, number 7, he's making plays all over the place. So I think it's a great balance. At some points when the offense isn't doing great, the defense steps up and makes some good plays. When the defense lets up a touchdown, the offense has to respond. I think that's what makes a good team. Somebody that can really rely on each other both ways when you need it, and I think that's kind of how we're built, and I think it really helps us in a lot of scenarios.
Yeah, definitely, because offense and defense, I think they once one of the side of the ball comes down, the other one steps in and just kills it. And I think you're right.
Exactly.
There's a balance, and you overall are doing it great. So.
And actually, Muti made a joke about you being like Josh Allen, but actually, it's pretty much true.
It's true.
One of the things, and what I'm saying,
I watch every game for Barcelona, and I mean,
I know, I know. Same for me. And one of the
it's
things,
just mind blown.
one of the things that makes me always so scared about Josh Allen is seeing him going sliding head first. And when
Yeah.
when I see you playing, I'm like, oh my god, this is the same. It's going to give me a heart attack. Nevertheless,
You know-
I talk with the players later, and they tell me, Zach is okay. He says that it's okay. That he is okay with that. Is a tough guy. No worries. Still, even knowing it, sometimes
I
it's
mean,
like.
did you see that dude? I think it's like you're 6'4" or 6'5" or something like that.
Yeah, I'm 6'4". I'm about 6'4". Yeah, I'm about 6'4", like
He-
220, about 100 kilos. So.
220. He's a fucking beast. So
Yeah, he's a big dude. He's a big dude. I will take the comparison though. I appreciate it. So thank you. But yeah, no, I feel you. My mom does not like me taking all the hits I do and stuff like that either. So I hear from her after every game as well.
I can imagine. Is she actually watching all your games?
Yeah, she tunes in. Her and my grandparents, biggest fans. They tune in every Saturday or Sunday morning, and they love to watch it. So it's great that they're able to.
Yeah, that's actually pretty
That's
cool.
good.
And the schedule
very sweet.
the schedule is not as different as NFL, right? Because it will be probably at 10 in the morning, 11 in the morning there,
Yeah.
I guess, in Minnesota. So should be
Yeah.
fairly okay. Yeah, something to watch
Yeah, it's
while
not
having
too bad.
breakfast.
Yeah, when we play at home or when we play at 6, it's 11 at home, so it's pretty normal for them. But I think we have a couple noon games coming up or something like that, so that one will be tough. That'll be like a 6 a.m. or 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
Tough. We'll see if they watch that one.
They can watch the replay afterwards. It's
I
Yeah,
bet
exactly,
they will.
exactly.
I bet they will.
We'll see.
I'm not sure. If it will be me, I probably will remain awake. I mean, I remain awake all night long for the fucking playoffs of NFL. I would not remain awake for my son. I definitely will. I definitely will. And
What are you talking about that? I will be waiting to watch Zach, even though I know him virtually. So
yeah.
what are you talking
Appreciate
about?
that.
And one more question is about going back to the States. Are you actually right? You are right now in the ELF. It's wonderful, but I guess like most of the players, I mean, you should be thinking big, and you have been MVP in some weeks, and now this year, I mean, I think probably the best quarterback out there this year. So. Are you actually aiming at the moment to go back to the US, to NFL, or in case it's not possible, to one of these new parallel leagues like XFL, USFL, or probably those will be better than the fan control football that I still don't know how that thing works. But are you aiming for that actually?
Yeah, I mean, I think my goal personally is just to continue to play the best level of football I can play, and if an opportunity presents itself while I'm back home that I can do so, I'll take it. Obviously, it's got to be the right fit. It's got to be beneficial for not only myself, but for that team and the situation in general. So, I'm trying not to think about it too much right now. Just trying to stay focused on this Dragon season. Go win a European Championship, and then we'll figure all that stuff out when we get home. Let all that settle. But right now, I'm pretty focused on Dragons. But obviously, I'll never turn down an opportunity to continue to progress my career and to continue to level up, of course.
And actually, now during the season you are here, but in the off season of the ELF, are you usually, or are you planning to remain here, or you return to Minnesota or to the States?
Yeah, I'll return home. Depending on how the season ends and stuff like that. when I'll go home, but I'll go home for a couple months, kind of just go see the family, kind of regroup there, and then depending on kind of what direction next year goes, maybe I'll come back a little earlier next year, after Christmas or something, and then live out here a little longer. But for the most part, I'll probably be back in the States.
Cool. So then now I have a couple questions from followers of the podcast. We have some questions. So one of the questions is from Marcos, big follower and fan of the Steelers. His question is, where do you like to play most? Is it under center, shotgun, and why you prefer this one? Whatever. I
like to be in shotgun probably the most, just because I've been doing it for pretty much all of my college career, all of my professional career. I think I just get the best view of everything. You're able to kind of look around, see what you're working with, and then at that point as well, you're already back there, so you can really just focus on throwing the ball, making the right read, opposed to taking that drop and then doing the following.
Cool.
That's actually kind of, surprising, because I used to think that when you play a shotgun, you're more likely to be sacked because you play a little bit farther back and a little more wider, so there is more chances to be sacked. But because as far as I know, most of the guys, at least here in international level, they like to play under center because they feel a little bit more protected. So yeah.
Unless you start running.
I get that point of view too, but I think you're able to get the ball out a little bit faster when you're in shotgun, which I think benefits my game and what I'm more comfortable with. And I like to, you guys have seen me play. I be running through the tackles and stuff sometimes, so
yeah.
I feel comfortable back there to get out of the way and whatnot.
Yeah, shotgun playing he's playing like Big Ben but running, not just passing it fast.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have another question from Kim Ferre, who is asking, do your connection with Calvin is only on the field or also out of the field?
Nah, that's my guy. He's my roommate. He's right over there. These are his headphones.
Hey.
So.
Okay.
No,
shout out to him.
That's my. Yeah, shout out Kyle. No, that's my guy. He's a great guy. I love that dude. He's one of my best friends for sure. So we're definitely clicking on the field, off the field for sure. We do everything together out here. That's my dog for sure.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is my question. So, do you feel like you are the best QB on the league? Because here in Europe, we have this discussed the mindset that you have to be so polite and you have to be, I'm very humble. I don't want to brag myself. I'm not the best. No, if you're the fucking best quarterback in the league, you just have to say it out loud, and that's the way. The numbers don't lie, man. So, so my question is, if you feel the best quarterback on the league right now.
I'll tell you this: I'm not going to say anybody's better than me. I will say that there are some good quarterbacks in this league for sure, but I'm not going to say there's anybody better.
That's my man.
I'll say that.
That's my man.
Well, I
Let's get it.
I feel the same in the quarterback position. I feel you are the best quarterback right now in the ELF.
I appreciate that, guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you. It means a lot. I do.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, it's and for me, and last year when I met you, actually, I don't know if you remember, but I met you. You signed a ball here in Berlin for me for the podcast, and you lost that game, so you were quite devastated and so on.
Yeah.
But actually, I felt like even though the playbook didn't follow or whatever, you were really good. You had a great connection last year with John Constant, whom we had here also, and it was actually great to see you playing. And this year also the whole playbook, the whole team is following the growth, and it's actually wonderful to see that things are really working with effort and so on. And
I appreciate that. Thank you.
last question I will have about this of chemistry is from Desma, is also component of the podcast, but he doesn't speak any English, so then I will make the question. So it's in your career, who is the wide receiver or tight end you had the best chemistry with? Is it Kyle Sweet, or you had similar chemistry with other players?
That's a great question. So this is tough. You know, I've had some great receivers. I mean, Gene last year was great. He's doing his thing in Hamburg. Kyle's been great. I had a buddy in college. His name was Aaron Olson. That dude was a monster. Those three, I'm gonna put those top three. I had some other great receivers in college as well. But I'm gonna go with the hot hand right now. I think Kyle's doing great things for me. I think our connection is doing great. But I also think me and Gene last year had special as well. So if given the opportunity, who knows what me and Gene could have done as well. But you know, my guy Kyle, I gotta go with Kyle right now.
Okay, yeah.
Could you imagine a team with Jan Constant and Kyle Sweet and Zach Edmonds?
That'd be a dream come true, man. That'd be a dream come true. We were just on bye week together. Me, Gene, Kyle, and our receiver Jordy, and our coach Pat, our special teams and running backs coach. We just went on bye week up to Barcelona and to Christina with Jordy's family home. It's a good time.
Cool.
That's...
Actually,
I have to say another thing, that Jan got paid mainly. I'm not gonna say that you were the only thing that he got paid and got to other tip, but I think you had you were a big factor that he were signed to another team and he got paid. So
yeah, it is what it is, man. He had to do what he thought was best, so I'm happy for him, and he's happy in Hamburg. So it's all love. I love Gene. I mean, it's my guy forever, for sure.
he was very cool guy. That's true.
he was here last year, so shout out to him from us.
Yeah. And well, actually, the thing you just say that Kyle is your man right now, and actually it's true. I mean, with him you are 5-1, almost 6-0. I mean, let's be real here, almost 6-0.
Yeah.
You were very close. That match was very tough, very tough, and very tight. So let's take 5-0.5. And
I wish that's how it works.
So well, it's how it works with in the NFL with the Steelers. They just do one tight game and
they never had
and they get to the playoffs.
Losing season. So
so next question is basically, the elephant in the closet. Why you never do a second read and you start running and then get on my nerves, on your mom's nerves, and so on? You just make your read. You don't see
before
it clear.
Replies,
you run like a gazelle. Is it actually you don't feel confident with the defensive line right now, or you feel that the defensive line needs to still improve? You feel like you simply are fast, tough, and you can do it, so you just take the opportunity?
Yeah, no, I think our O-line's doing great things. I think it's just part of my game. If I see a hole or if I see something open up, or I feel like kind of an instinct thing. If I get the instinct that I'm about to be sacked or something bad's about to happen, I'll just leave. And it's not. I don't trust my O-line because I totally do. I think those guys are killing it this year. It's just kind of part of my game, and I feel like I can do things on my feet that will benefit the team. I think it adds a different dimension to the game that the defense has to prepare for. We see teams that will try and will play us differently because they know that I'm going to run or that I like to move around. So, and I think if we can use that to our advantage, it only helps us win football games. So why not?
Cool.
Well, I'll have to say that most of the people that ask this type of question, obviously they not play the game, but I think he does make a second, a third, a fourth, even a five reads, but because it happens in a very small fraction of time, and most of the guys that watch the ELF or football in general don't see it because you're not on the field and you're not experienced it, or you doesn't play, and you just don't have an idea because everything plays so fast. So I think he makes his second and third reads, but once the play is broken, you just have to take off.
Yeah, so you pretty much get, you really only get 2 to 3 seconds to really make your throw, maybe like 3 to 4 on a good window. And then you got, these just almost 300-pound guys just charging at you, So it's like, I'm not going to sit back there and just let them hit me. So
Yeah, that's true.
You have to run for your life.
Makes sense.
And sometimes you do. Sometimes you gotta get out of there and just make a play yourself, because, maybe defenses aren't dumb. They're going to do things to stop you, So when you drop back and you're trying to make that read or about to make that throw and it's covered, and then you go to your next guy and it's covered, and then by the time you get to the third guy, there's a 300-pound guy coming at you. You're like, all right, now I gotta go. But
shit.
like you said, to some people, yeah, I gotta go. To some people, it looks like I leave super early, and sometimes I do. That is a fault of mine that I need to get better at for sure. But sometimes it's just kind of how the game rolls.
Yeah. It's actually
even though
something that
it's still beautiful. I like it.
I imagine
Thank
that
you.
from the field you can see everything different. I mean, we
Correct.
people that don't play, even watching NFL with these new cameras that they are putting, that Madden camera, like that camera behind the quarterback, you see much more. We people that are not used to watching NFL also every week in the stadium, when I go to the stadium, I see so many things. It opens a new world. I see the defensive backs. That's something that you never see in the TV, and you look at so many different things that you don't see from TV. So from TV, it's pretty hard also to see that. So yeah, I understand.
There's a lot going on.
And the questions, the next questions are from our side. It's more about the NFL. I mean, your connection now with the NFL. So you say that you like that you are a great fan of the Vikings. So do you watch the whole season? Do you watch NFL the whole season? You are watching all matches and follow it intensively, right?
Yeah, no, I'll watch every Vikings game for sure.
I have to make this question because we didn't know you were a fan of the Vikings. What do you think about re-signing your magic quarterback? Sorry for that.
I think Zach could be better than Kirk right now in
I do think Kirk does some great things. I don't want to bash him, but He does anger me sometimes, for sure, as a Vikings fan. But I mean, I'm biased as a Vikings fan. If you're not a Viking, he probably looks pretty good. But as a Vikings fan, he's tough to watch sometimes, for sure.
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, he does do some good things, so I can't hate the guy.
Well, see it on this way. Imagine being on a fourth quarter on a 4th and 1, I think it was, or 4th and 2, and lining up under the guard to take a fucking snap. I mean, I was rolling my ass. So.
Yeah, man, we don't gotta talk about that. We don't gotta talk about that. That's bad memories. Bad memories.
And one more easy question. We had here so every year we do a review on every division, and we had here our own power ranking for NFC North. Since you are a Vikings fan, what will be your power ranking right now for this year?
Vikings are number 1. Packers 2, Lions 3, Bears 4.
Bears 4. Okay.
Yeah, I think the Lions are gonna have good year this year.
Yeah. Okay. So
I don't know.
It matches what we said. It matches what we said, except for Packers Vikings, which I understand. We said Packers first. Aaron Rodgers. I mean, that's it.
No, man.
Well, Aaron Rodgers, Jair Alexander.
I will never put the Packers first, though. I
understand.
despise the Packers. So
I understand.
I will never say that, but I do understand. I do understand though, because the Packers, Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, man. I get it. So.
Well, I actually like that. I like your power ranking, so I might take a parlay and do my bet on on your takes, on your power rankings. So
do it.
To conclude, I have another question here write down. So since you watch the NFL, who is your favorite player who are playing currently, or do you have a favorite one that is the best?
So right now, I would probably say my favorite player is probably Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow or Josh Allen, probably. Those two are probably my favorite right now. They're the most fun to watch because I like to kind of take stuff from their game, and kind of try and use it. Obviously, I'm not Joe Burrow or Josh Allen, so I can't really completely beat them. But I like to try and see what they do and see how they play. I love watching them. But all time, growing up a Minnesota fan, Adrian Peterson was my man. He was so fun to watch when I was a kid.
I fell in love and met the football with Adrian Peterson, so I have a crush on him. So yeah.
As a 10-year-old, 11-year-old kid in Minnesota, watching Adrian Peterson every Sunday was amazing. Can't beat it.
I can imagine. When we had here Adria, he told us that his favorite player was Megatron. It's they all are very, very good to watch. It's actually nice to see that your favorite of all time, or even your favorite playing now and probably playing next year, just for the sake of not letting other teams win, is not Tom Brady, actually. So that's actually good.
Fuck Tom Brady, goddamn. I'm so fucking tired of that guy.
Good.
Once I heard that he was gonna unretire, I'm like, god damn it, this fucking guy again.
I know, right?
So I'm a Giants fan, so actually we are 2-2. No,
there you go. You beat them twice, man.
So that's the discussion that we all have with Fernando, because Fernando always says, "Oh, Tom Brady, fuck Tom Brady. We beat him twice, no once, twice."
No. I actually say a lot about Tom Brady, but actually, finally, when he already won the 7th ring, I mean, you have to say, okay, yeah, he's the great. Okay, he's great, but Yeah, I still prefer at the moment other players like Mahomes. I mean, I really fall in love whenever Mahomes starts running and passing while running. I mean, it's crazy. Good. And so last question that Desma made to every single player that came here is Burger King or McDonald's.
If you have to eat
McDonald's.
fast food.
McDonald's. For
Okay.
sure.
Good. So good. So I think that's it. Muti, do you have any other fast question?
I have another question that is very fast. Do you see drills or guides from other or tape from other players that you can take and apply to your game? That's because I used to do it. Not that I would do or I can't do it, but I like to watch drills and something like that I could improve my game. Do you do it other than just watching your typical tape against other teams?
Yeah, so in the off season, I've worked with a quarterback coach. His name is Tony Rassiopi. He coaches out in New Jersey, and he has a ton of drills and stuff that he does that has helped me in the past couple of years improve my game a lot. So I usually just continue to do those throughout the season, just to try and stay as sound as possible.
Yeah, so it definitely work because you're killing it.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Cool. So I think that's it. So if Muti, you don't have any more questions, I think we should let Zach go to bed because tomorrow at 9 he's already training. At 9 he's already training.
Very true. Very true.
Good. So
well, I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna go to the closing. We say goodbye.
Can I say something before we end?
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to Zach for coming and chit chatting with us. And if I know that you have Instagram and Twitter, I think, and other social media. So if you can tell them to the people that what it is, so they can follow you and drop a like on your posts. So because you're pretty much the closest thing that people will see to Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. So
I appreciate it. Well, my Twitter and my Instagram is @MagicZach_11.
So okay, I'm follow. Right.
Everyone follow him. Good. So
thank you very much, Zach.
Then like I said, I'm gonna go to the closing the program and and we say goodbye to you. Okay.
All right, sounds good. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Bueno, pues muchísimas gracias a todos por haber estado una vez más ahí. Esperemos que os haya gustado la entrevista, que os haya gustado a los que hayáis entendido el inglés, a los que no, que lo hayáis visto en YouTube, que yo me haya trabajado los subtítulos y lo hayáis visto con subtítulos. Thank you, Zach, for being here with us. I wish you very good luck for the rest of the season. I really hope you get to the final, and I honestly think that the final will be Barcelona Dragons against Vienna Vikings. So I hope you do the best,
win.
and if by any chance the match is here in Berlin, I'll definitely try to go to see it. The problem this year, I think, is you already finish when the NFL starts, I believe, or something like that, right? So
I think so. I think the championship game is the 24th. So I think it's like week 2.
Okay, so well, if it's 24th, I potentially will be in Pittsburgh if I am lucky this year. But so thank you for being here. Thank you, Muti. And
one more thing. The last one. I promise. If you go to visit him, or if I go to Barcelona, can you just sign me a football or even my helmet from my? That's a basic helmet that's from my all team. So I will be much appreciated. Thank you.
Of course, man. Absolutely. Anything you need, man. Just let me know.
Muti, now you
Thank
have
you.
to
Thank
go.
you very much.
Now you have to go to Reus for that. So,
I'm
guys,
definitely gonna go.
guys, thank you very much, and see you next week. Cheers.
Thank you. See you guys.